Keanu Reeves is one of those rare public figures whose reputation stretches beyond movies and box office numbers into something more personal. For many people, his name is linked with humility, calmness, and quiet generosity rather than celebrity glamour. Over several decades in Hollywood, he has built a career filled with memorable roles, from thoughtful science fiction heroes to intense action characters. Yet, what truly sets him apart is the gentle way he carries fame. Audiences admire him not only for performances in films like The Matrix and John Wick, but also for the sincerity he brings to interviews and public appearances. While many stars shine brightly for a short time, Keanu's appeal has remained steady because it feels authentic. He represents the idea that success does not have to erase kindness, and that strength can exist alongside softness in a world that often rewards noise over grace. Early life and roots across cultures. Born on September 2, 1964 in Beirut, Lebanon, Keanu Charles Reeves entered the world surrounded by different cultures and influences. His name, drawn from Hawaiian heritage, carries the poetic meaning of a cool breeze over the mountains, a fitting description for someone who would later become known for calm presence. His mother, Patricia Taylor, worked in costume design and performance, bringing creativity into his childhood, while his father's absence came early and left questions that time would never fully answer. Life soon became a journey across cities and countries, from Sydney to New York and eventually Toronto. These frequent moves shaped him into a quiet observer, someone who learned adaptability at a young age. Instead of growing attached to places, he became attached to experiences and people, developing a sense of independence and resilience that would later help him navigate the unpredictable world of acting. Searching for stability in a moving world, childhood for Keanu was marked by constant change, which can be exciting for some, but confusing for a young mind seeking stability. His family relocated often, and each new city meant new schools, new faces, and the challenge of starting again. These shifts taught him how to blend in and adapt, yet they also created a feeling of temporary belonging. He struggled academically at times, particularly with reading difficulties, but he found comfort in physical activities and creative expression. Hockey became one of his early passions, where he earned the nickname The Wall as a goalie known for determination and focus. Sports gave him structure and teamwork, while the stage introduced him to imagination and storytelling. Acting slowly emerged not as a pursuit of fame, but as a place where he could explore emotions safely and step into different lives, finding confidence in characters when real life felt uncertain. Discovering acting as a lifeline. For Keanu, acting did not begin as a glamorous dream, but as a practical escape and a creative refuge. Theater offered him the chance to transform nervous energy into performance and uncertainty into expression. On stage, he discovered that vulnerability could be strength, and that audiences respond deeply to honesty. He began taking small roles, appearing in commercials and minor productions that paid modestly but provided invaluable experience. Those early years were filled with auditions, rejections, and moments of doubt, yet they also built resilience. Every line memorized and every performance completed added another brick to the foundation of his craft. He learned patience, humility, and discipline, qualities that would later define his professional reputation. The breakthrough that changed everything. The turning point in Keanu Reeves' career arrived in the late 1980s when he landed roles that allowed his natural charm and sincerity to shine. Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure introduced him to a wider audience and revealed his ability to balance humor with heartfelt delivery. What could have been a forgettable comedy instead became a cultural favorite, opening doors that had long seemed locked. In the early 1990s, films like Point Break and later Speed showcase his physical dedication and on-screen presence, transforming him into a recognized action star. These projects did more than elevate his profile. They proved his versatility and commitment to learning new skills for each role. Success arrived gradually, built on steady work rather than overnight fame. Friendship, loss, and quiet strength. Behind the scenes, Keanu's personal life included deep friendships and moments of profound sadness that shaped his outlook on the world. He has often spoken about valuing relationships over achievements, emphasizing that shared experiences matter more than awards or headlines. The loss of close companions during his early years in Hollywood affected him deeply, teaching him empathy and reminding him of life's fragility. Instead of turning bitter or withdrawn, he chose introspection and gratitude, carrying memories forward rather than letting them define him entirely. Those experiences influence the thoughtful way he interacts with others, whether colleagues on set or fans in everyday settings. His calm demeanor is not the absence of emotion, but the result of understanding how precious time and connection truly are. Family bonds and acts of compassion. Another significant aspect of Keanu's life has been his devotion to family, particularly his support for loved ones facing health challenges. Over the years, he has contributed to medical research and charitable efforts, often without attaching his name or seeking publicity. These actions reflect a consistent pattern of generosity rather than isolated gestures. Colleagues frequently describe him as someone who remembers crew members' names, shares credit generously, and treats everyone on set with respect. His philanthropy extends beyond money into time and attention, two resources celebrities often guard carefully. What makes these contributions meaningful is their quiet nature. They are done out of personal conviction rather than image management. By choosing compassion over recognition, he reinforces the belief that kindness does not require an audience. In an industry fueled by visibility, his understated generosity stands out as genuine and enduring. Love, healing, and new chapters. In later years, Keanu's personal life has reflected growth and companionship built on mutual respect rather than spectacle. His relationship with artist Alexandra Grant illustrates a partnership grounded in creativity and shared values. They appear together comfortably, supporting each other's work without turning their connection into a performance for cameras. Their bond highlights the idea that meaningful relationships often develop through friendship and understanding rather than instant romance. This stage of his life feels less about reinvention and more about balance, finding joy in collaboration, conversation, and shared artistic pursuits. Their public appearances are simple and warm, emphasizing authenticity over glamour. For many observers, this chapter represents healing and maturity, showing that it is never too late to build connections rooted in equality and admiration. It also reinforces the message that personal happiness can grow quietly without needing constant validation. Success without excess. Despite considerable financial success from blockbuster franchises and long-running projects, Keanu Reeves is widely known for living modestly compared to many peers. Stories of him using public transportation, engaging politely with fans, and avoiding extravagant displays of wealth have circulated for years. While such anecdotes may sometimes be exaggerated, the consistent theme remains his preference for simplicity. He invests time in creative ventures like writing and motorcycle design, choosing projects that interest him rather than chasing trends. This balanced approach demonstrates that prosperity does not have to lead to excess or detachment from everyday life. His choices suggest a focus on meaningful experiences over material accumulation. A legacy defined by humanity. Ultimately, Keanu Reeves' legacy is less about the number of films he has starred in and more about the feeling he leaves with people. Audiences admire his performances, but they also appreciate the kindness and humility he seems to embody off-screen. His journey illustrates that life can include both triumphs and hardships, and that character is shaped by how one responds to both. He represents a reminder that gentleness is not weakness, and that compassion can coexist with strength and achievement. In a world often drawn to loud personalities and dramatic narratives, his quiet authenticity feels refreshing. Whether through memorable roles, charitable efforts, or simple respectful interactions, he has built a reputation grounded in humanity. His story encourages others to value empathy, resilience, and gratitude, proving that the most lasting influence often comes not from fame itself, but from the way one treats people along the way.